People all over Utah doing good in their communities and beyond. We feature them each week in our Pay It Forward segments on Wednesday nights with Mountain America Credit Union. But tonight, we're highlighting some of these stories from throughout 2020. We begin with a family who is using their pain of losing a child to spread kindness around the world and continue her legacy. Meet the Newbies and Kind Like Camry. A special delivery from Brady and Amber Newby.
How are you?
To the Volunteers of America, Utah, the Newbies brought homeless kits for people in need.
We just kind of brought what we had left over also too, that you could give out to whoever needs it.
The donation is in honor of their daughter, Camry.
She took her own life last March 11th.
To cope with their loss, the Newbies started the Kind Like Camry Foundation and do random acts of service in her name.
We're just encouraging people to be kind.
While doing good, they pass out cards with a special reminder.
We have mailed out 30,000 Kind Like Camry cards.
Homelessness was a cause close to Camry's heart, which is what brought them to the Volunteers of America, Utah.
We really rely on donations from the community for everything.
The organization will use items to help people dealing with homelessness, mental illness, even addiction.
So having community partners like this is crucial to what we do.
Camry's family just hopes to find some healing from their heartbreak
There's an empty hole in your heart forever.
and make sure that they keep Camry's legacy going.
I think my biggest fear is forgetting her.
We want to honor Camry too. Here's Tony Rasmussen with Mountain America Credit Union to pay it forward.
And we have for you today $500 that we're going to give to you to say thank you, and
Thank you
Kind
so
Like
much.
Camry, hopefully can keep going and doing all the great things.
Yes.
Yeah, great family. Remember meeting them. Hey, we often hear about wishes being granted for kids, but one organization makes dreams come true for adults. I caught up with One Wish Cache Valley as they reconnected a 100-year-old woman with an old friend.
Ay, mira qué lindo. Three patitos.
Three patitos.
Lena is taking a little field trip with her daughter Beth. At 100 years old, Lena has a wish. She wants to spend the day at Tracy Aviary and visit with Andy the condor. Why?
She grew up in an area where we had condors. It's the national bird of Chile.
Robin Nelson of One Wish Cache Valley took Lena's wish and turned it into reality. That's what they do.
One Wish is a nonprofit organization started 10 years ago, and we grant wishes to adults over the age of 18.
Lena has lived a long and productive life.
A golfer, a bridge player, gardener,
Painter.
painter. Yes.
One Wish has granted more than 100 wishes for people like Lena and her daughter.
Every wish has been amazing. Every wish is different.
It was fun watching Lena and Andy hang out. Andy can be a little shy, but when Lena showed up, Andy rose to the occasion.
It was like he's here performing for us, so it was great, and I think it was wonderful for her.
Robin has a great track record when it comes to granting wishes.
Fortunately, in doing this for as long as I've been doing it, we never have anyone say no.
We want to help Robin grant even more adult wishes.
Hello!
Hi!
Time to meet Tony Rasmussen with Mountain America Credit Union.
So we have $500 that we're going to be donating to One Wish so that you can continue your great work, and we just want to say thank you so much.
You know what? Thank you. That's amazing. Thank you so much. That is so cool.
One Kaysville man spends his retirement years helping others. He makes wooden chairs and tables for local charities, enough to get the nickname the Chairman. Bob Bement has been a woodworker for decades.
It's a good hobby.
He's made shelves and toys, but is now focused on chairs. In fact, his neighbors call him the Chairman of Hyde Park.
I'll take that title. That's good.
Many chairs have gone to family, but one day he decided to donate some chairs.
I just thought about a women's shelter. It's close to here, and I took a couple over. And
Bob has donated chairs and tables to Shriners Hospital, the Ronald McDonald House, Primary Children's.
it's built for them.
It touches him. The kids can use them to take a break during difficult times.
Momentarily getting away from reality of what they're going through. That means a lot.
Those who get the chairs love them.
Inside, they make me feel like I walk away with more than I gave.
Bob says the chairs give him a purpose. They will certainly help him leave behind a legacy.
These things are going to be around a lot longer than I am, and that's what I want.
He hopes to keep making chairs for groups who need them.
But I'll continue to do it because it is good for me along with everybody else.
He pays for all of the supplies himself. Here's Tony Rasmussen from Mountain America Credit Union to pay it forward.
And we're here with $500
Oh my goodness.
as our way of saying thank you for finding such a great way to give back to the community, and just say we know that this will be put to good use.
Well, thank you so much. That will be put to good use. That'll make a lot of tables and chairs.
You know, many people have a love for animals, and some of these next stories that we show you will show you their level of dedication. We start with Fetch Cares, which helps dogs live their best life.
As you can see, we have quite the collection of dogs.
Fetch Cares is a nonprofit foster and hospice facility that cares for dogs in need.
We try to give them a loving home and a place to go where they can, be safe and happy.
They also try to find them permanent homes.
And when we do find them a great home and it's a great situation, it's really, really rewarding.
Some of the dogs need a little bit of extra help, like Olivia, who has to sit in a special box while she eats.
Some of them have some pretty serious medical needs.
Fetch Cares believes in the healing power of animals.
Let's sit. Very good boy.
So they teamed up with Leanne Anderson of Solomon's Dog Training to teach the dogs some important skills.
I am taking some of the dogs that are capable and turning them into service dogs for other people.
Like Keller, who is deaf and blind.
And I just do it through touch, different taps on different parts of his body.
The special dogs form a special connection with the people they help.
So not only do we save the dogs, we save the people.
It takes a lot of work to care for the dogs, especially when it comes to medical needs and feedings.
We can have one vet bill that's $3,000 or $4,000.
We want to help. Here's Tony Rasmussen from Mountain America Credit Union.
We're here today to pay it forward to you. And we have $500 that we're going to leave with you and say thank you so much for your great efforts and keep up the good work.
Thank you so much.
You're very, very welcome.
The Salt Lake City Sanctuary rescues ducks and other birds after they've been dumped at parks, and unfortunately, that happens a lot. Here is Ducks and Clucks. Tiffany Young has been rescuing these backyard birds for almost 15 years.
That's all it took, was having a duck, and now I've become kind of a duck magnet.
She runs Ducks and Clucks Sanctuary, where she takes care of ducks, chickens, and sometimes even more.
I also have rescued geese, turkeys, crows, starlings, any non-native birds, pigeons.
Her biggest focus right now is ducks with medical issues that no one else can help.
This one's on some antibiotics right now for a little infected toe. Her name is Bertie, but she's improving.
Many of the birds she helps come after people have dumped them.
They don't know that they can't raise them and release them to the parks.
Especially as Easter gets closer, some may be wanting to buy a baby chick, but Tiffany says you need to keep the bird through old age.
And it's really good when you can provide a home, a safe home for them for their whole life.
Tiffany says these birds can be a lot of fun when you get to know them.
They let you into their world, and so I find them now to be just as emotional and interactive as dogs or cats.
And she enjoys volunteering her time and money to help them.
This is sort of what I feel like is my own volunteer work and contribution to things I care about.
Ducks and Clucks uses donations to pay for the birds' medical care. So here's Tony Rasmussen from Mountain America Credit Union. Time to pay it forward.
And we actually have for you $500
Wow.
that we're going to donate so that you can keep good things quacking right here.
That will help so many birds. Thank you so much, Mountain America.
Thank you.
Hey, Rough Haven takes care of your pets when you need some temporary help. It's a first of its program of its kind here in Utah. A sweet reunion for Stephen Thomas and his dog Cora. For the past 5 weeks, Cora stayed at Rough Haven while Stephen received treatment at the VA.
I wasn't sure what I was going to be able to do with Cora, and I was worried I was going to have to give her away.
Rough Haven steps in to help during situations like Stephen's.
We are like a safe haven for not only pets, but their people.
Their slogan is to take care of both sides of the leash by providing crisis sheltering for pets.
We will take them temporarily while their person is basically going through some kind of hardship.
They can keep pets for up to 90 days, boarding at the dog's all-day daycare or with foster families.
We're the only organization dedicated to this kind of a pet retention program.
While they have the animals, they help with grooming, medical needs, and they provide weekly contact with the owners.
Then they can kind of focus on their recovery and their healing.
Rough Haven officially started in June and have helped at least 50 animals, so they've seen dozens of reunions like Steve and Cora's.
I am so grateful that they were here. She's a really good dog, and she's my best friend.
Rough Haven needs volunteers and donations to help take care of these pets. Time to meet Tony Rasmussen from Mountain America Credit Union and pay it forward.
We actually have for you $500
Oh my gosh!
as our way of saying thank you.
Oh, that is so kind.
We love that people and pets can come and sit with you, and we love your logo at both ends of the leash. You're doing great things for animals and for their humans, and so we just want to say thank you.
Well, thank you.
Many groups help underserved populations. A group called SOAP 2 gives aid to some of the most vulnerable people visiting motels and people that walk the streets to hand out supplies.
They're the forgotten population and they're a silent population.
January Regan is talking about those she helps with her charity, SOAP 2 Hope.
For sex exploited, sex working, and sex trafficked women, men, and teenagers that are facing addictions in isolated and vulnerable communities behind our city lights.
Every week, SOAP 2 Hope gathers supplies
We probably should do these jackets and stuff next week, huh?
and puts together hygiene and wound kits to give to these vulnerable groups.
We make sure we have an assembly line and we just put all the bags, all the hygiene with the notes in it.
The notes might be the most important and have a special message.
Like they matter, they're not forgotten.
On Tuesday night, the group walks the streets to give out supplies and support.
We're here to let them know that they're not forgotten, that there's healing, that there's hope, and that we get to share our experiences.
January knows what they are going through.
I come from abuse, sexual abuse, drug addiction, physical abuse.
And what it takes to help out.
So my life might have changed if somebody asked me what happened to me.
She sees the kits as a way to build trust and connection with people living in dark situations.
We just love them.
All the items they get come from generous donations.
It doesn't matter if it's used, brand new.
Time to meet Tony Rasmussen with Mountain America Credit Union and pay it forward.
And we have for you $500 that we're gifting to you to say thank you, and hopefully it'll help keep this great work going.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
A West Jordan couple spends their weekends packing and passing out lunches to the homeless, a cause that they say is very close to their heart.
Okay. Give them a sandwich.
Ken Stroman is packing an important lunch. It's one of hundreds he and his wife Emily hand out to the homeless in Salt Lake each Sunday.
Which there's always so many. You know, the need is so great out there.
They usually hit the same spots, and people know when they're coming.
They know our car.
They started passing out food and water after Ken was laid off in early March. Instead of worrying, they wondered how they could help during the pandemic.
My husband has experienced homelessness, so we decided that this was the way, and it's just like
Ken deals with mental illness and was on the streets as a teen.
And I always wanted somebody to help me.
It makes his heart full to be able to give back.
Every time we give it to them, you know, I want them to know, like, you're loved, you know, like, you're our family, because I've been where you are.
The Stromans also pack a few lunches for people's dogs.
because if we don't give the dogs their food, then the owner is going to give them part of theirs and lose their nutrition.
Their work is a reminder that we can unite during a time of division.
It's really important to remember that people are human beings and that we're supposed to love one another.
Ken and Emily use their own money as well as donations to make the lunches. Here's Tony Rasmussen from Mountain America Credit Union to pay it forward.
And we have for you $500
Oh my gosh.
as our way of saying thank you for your great effort, and we hope that you'll be able to continue to spread the love.
That is amazing. This will help for like a whole month. This is amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your great work.
We appreciate this.
From addict to advocate, people living on the streets finding a voice. Many of the volunteers here have been in their shoes before, and they wanted to give back to them.
Huh?
It's laundry day for members of Addict to Advocate.
Some days we're here for 2.5 hours, some days we're here for 6 hours.
They collected loads from unsheltered people on the streets.
We wash, dry, and fold their clothes. We bring it back to them within a few hours.
The group knows clean clothes make a big difference.
It changes their entire demeanor. It changes their entire day. I mean, it gives It gives you a sense of dignity.
Many members of Addict to Advocate have been in the position of those they help.
But a lot of us are in recovery, and a big part of recovery is just the service work aspect of it, giving back to the community that you came from.
They do more than just laundry. They also give out food, hygiene kits, and help people get into treatment.
Wherever we can help out, that's where we try to be.
Their entire philosophy is to love people, no matter where they're at in life.
That's been one of the most important things to me, is just letting people know how much that they do matter.
Since getting started in January, the group has built trust and helped people find a voice to advocate for themselves.
I love it. I love the people. I love the relationships.
The money to do all this laundry and acts of service come from donations. So time to pay it forward with Tony Rasmussen from Mountain America Credit Union.
So we're actually here today to pay it forward to you.
Oh my gosh.
And so we actually are going to donate to your great cause $500. As our way of saying thank you so much for the great work that you're doing.
I'm gonna cry so hard right now.
A little bit means a lot. A nonprofit gives underserved communities the chance to get active. One of the Elevated Mountain Guides programs teaches youth skills through rock climbing, of all things.
But if you want to lower and try something else, we're welcome to do that. Climb on. Good job.
Volunteers are teaching kids from the Boys and Girls Club all about rock climbing.
So we're just going to kind of get them more used to the space that we're in right now. And then as we progress, we'll teach them how to belay.
It's called Project Climb. It's one of several programs from the nonprofit Elevated Mountain Guides.
We help underserved communities access therapeutic outdoor recreation.
Nikki McGee started the group when she found that rock climbing helped her face her fears.
That gives me the confidence and the ability to kind of step into anything that comes my way. Nice, Bianca.
She wants to pass that confidence on to kids who could use some support.
I think this is a really awesome program.
This is Cayman's second climbing session, and he's getting the hang of it.
The first time, I was a little bit scared, but now I'm kind of better at it.
He feels proud of himself when he tackles a harder climb.
Well, I think climbing is really fun because you can meet new people and you can challenge yourself.
Nikki says climbing provides a community for all who participate.
It takes you out of your comfort zone immediately. It makes you rely on another person. You have to show up for that person.
All right, gotcha. Elevated Mountain Guides relies on volunteers and donations to help these kids, so it's time to meet Tony Rasmussen from Mountain America Credit Union to pay it forward.
We have $500 that we're donating to your great cause as a way to say thank you so much for your great efforts.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
What?
This nonprofit empowers young black girls from all different types of families to love themselves and get a chance to meet others just like them. Take a look at Curly Me.
So you're going to use your pencil and you're just going to sketch it out.
It's a virtual paint with a curl night for the girls who are a part of the nonprofit Curly Me. They're making self-portraits.
We wanted to paint ourselves because we find beauty in ourselves.
Elisa Derso started Curly Me to serve as a resource for families with children of color, especially black girls between the ages of 5 and 14.
To help educate, empower, and encourage them to be their best selves.
Curly Me typically hosts 4 major events a year to accomplish this, including a career fair and a sleepover, which was a favorite of 11-year-old Imani.
I got to interact with everyone, and I got to meet new people.
And her mom has noticed she's come out of her shell with this group.
Being able to have this little community of little girls that she can interact with is great, because I didn't have that.
While making all of these new friends, the girls learn a lot about themselves.
I've learned that my skin is pretty, and that my hair is pretty, and that I'm pretty.
Who else wants to show their outline so far?
Alicia says it's important that the girls feel empowered and know they can be whatever they want to be.
You don't have to listen to what society says about us. We define who we are.
Curly Me is supported by donations and volunteers, so we want to help. Here's Tony Rasmussen from Mountain America Credit Union to pay it forward.
And so we have $500 for you today as our way of saying thank you for doing such amazing work in our community. So there you go.
Thank you.
You're so welcome.
You know, the Navajo Nation has been hit hard by the pandemic, and many living there don't have access to water, electricity, even shoes. One group, Navajo Strong, has stepped in to help with food and supplies. Every week, volunteers with group Navajo Strong take truckloads of items to people in the Navajo Nation.
Gather supplies up here, collect supplies, have food drives, and then on the weekends, take it all down to Blanding.
More volunteers meet them at an empty Shopco in Blanding to put together bins of supplies to hand out.
They were so grateful for what they were getting.
Navajo Strong was started at the beginning of the pandemic by Bud Frazier, a registered nurse. He has family who live on the reservation.
I had fear for them because they don't have a lot of running water or access to running water.
Some relatives have even passed away from COVID-19, so he felt it was important to help them any way he could.
It empowers me a little bit. I feel really honored to be doing what I'm doing.
Once he put out the word about Navajo Strong, the effort exploded.
It's growing and it's good. It's a good problem to have.
But the need has also grown at the reservation as curfews are put in place and stores close down.
Our list has grown to over 700 people.
They're always looking for more non-perishable food items, cleaning supplies, and cash donations to help fund them.
We spend about $2,000 to $4,000 a week.
We want to help. Here's Tony Rasmussen from Mountain America Credit Union to Pay It Forward.
And so we actually have for you, if I can get it out today, $500 as our way of saying thank you to your great work.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate that. That's awesome.
Well, Tony Rasmussen and, of course, Sterling Nielsen, everybody at Mountain America, thank you for helping us do this. You can find more information on all these stories on our website, KUTV.com. Click on the menu button and find Pay It Forward under the Features tab. Want to thank you for joining us, and we invite you to pay it forward to somebody less fortunate during 2021. Happy holidays, everybody, and again, thank you, Mountain America, for all your help in letting us pay it forward to our Utah community. Have a nice night, everybody.